into another breakdown, right? All right, back for another Shabbat. I would like to give all honor, praise, and glory into Yahweh, and I do so in the name of Yahweh Shah. That's the name of the Heavenly Father, and through the Son, the people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, right? Back for another Sabbath class. All praises that the Most High gave us another Sabbath to give him his glory. The name of the lesson today is Fear of the Lord. But going through one of the verses, it ended up going into a little mini hell breakdown. But the name of the lesson is Fear of the Lord, right? And if you look up the word fear, let me pull it up real quick. If you just look up the word fear in the English language, 1 second. Fear, it says unpleasant and often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. It's a noun. I don't really like this definition. Let's see here. Give me some full in context. This is an etymology. To be afraid of, right? To feel, well, we can't use the word fear in the definition. To be apprehensive or to be afraid of, to be in awe, especially towards God. So that's the definition out of the Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? But the fear of the Lord, to be afraid of, right? We got to be afraid of the Most High. And so we finna get into the scriptures. We finna see what that look like. But then we finna get the flip side of it because the Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear either. So we finna get into all the aspects of this fear. Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 13. All right, still scrolling. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 15, and it reads, Thou shalt fear the Lord Yahweh, thy God, and serve him, and thou shalt swear by his name. So this actually is a commandment in the Torah that we supposed to fear Yahweh, our God, and serve him, right? We'll fear our God and serve him, right? So, but we break this commandment, all of us do, right? We just don't know it, right? Part of sin is not fearing the Most High, right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? If you don't have the wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible, you're not fearing them properly, right? And when you go off, you're not fearing them, right? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Go over a couple chapters. Deuteronomy 20, 10 and 12, and it says, And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God, Yahweh, require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, and to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So in fearing the Lord, in turn, you will obey him, right? You obeying the Father, you obeying your Father, our Father. That's that's the main part of you fearing him, because if you don't have fear, because you got to understand, the Most High, he killed everybody on the earth except 8 people at one time. That's something to be feared. He done destroyed whole nations because of us, right? He even put us into slavery because we didn't listen to him. That's something to be scared of. That's something to fear, right? And with you obeying him, you're showing how much that you do fear him, right? Give me to drop down to same chapter, verse 20. And thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, him shalt thou serve, and him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. He is thy praise. He is thy God. He have done for thee, Salakia, that hath he done for thee these great and terrible things which thy eyes have seen. So he done terrible things, and on our behalf, right? That's something to be feared. The other nations fear him, right? But we don't, right? We act like we fear everything but him. That's my what I surmise. I think we fear everybody but him. We fear our enemies. We fear other people, right? In our families. We fear the opinions of others, our friends. We fear everything but the Most High. But we finna get into that, right? Give me skip over to Psalms chapter 47, verse 2, right? Because he's described as a terrible guy, right? In these scriptures. It's Psalms 47 and 2. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth, right? And it's the Most High we serve, right? He's whatever bad situation you will ever put into your life, he's the reason, right? That's something to be feared. If you don't listen to him, he will cause hell to come in your life, right? He will bring hell upon you. You're gonna go through hell and high water trying to go against the Most High, right? That's something to be feared, right? So one more time, this Psalms 47 and 2. For the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth, right? Stay in the book of Psalms. Give me 66 and 5. Because our God is terrible, right? He done terrible things to other nations on our behalf, and just for his name's sake, but he still did it for us, right? Now we got all these reasons why we can and can't do things in this on this earth, but we don't fear the Most High. We find some kind of way, and I'm speaking of as us as a nation, not us as individuals, but we find some way of not serving the Most High, right? Even when we hear the truth, we find some stuff we do like, some stuff we don't like. Even that is not you totally fearing the Most High, right? This is Psalm 66 and verse 5. It says, "Come and see the works of God. He is terrible and he is terrible in his doings towards the children of men." Right? He's able to kill everybody, right? And save who he wants, right? He's able to bring a natural disaster, a tornado, a flood, a tsunami, whatever, right? Up on any city he chooses. It don't matter if they supposed to get that type of weather or not, right? We got an earthquake in St. Louis a bunch of years back. Those don't happen in St. Louis. Those happen usually in California, right? Doesn't happen on the East Coast and the Midwest. That usually happens on the West Coast, right? But it happened in the Midwest. The Most High can do whatever you want to when you want to do it, right? With this Psalm 66 and 5 one more time. Come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in his doings towards the children of men, right? Give me Proverbs 11 and 1. And I'm just setting the foundation of the God that we serve, right? That's Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. because all we hear about in Christianity, right? We grew up on is the grace and the mercy of God, right? The good things, right? They only tell you part of the story, right? But this Proverbs 11 and 1, it says, "A false balance is the abomination of Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight." Telling all the good part and not telling the other part, that's a false balance, and that's not of the Most High. In order to get the grace and mercy, you had to go through something. He didn't show us grace and mercy until like if you're not going through nothing, what is the grace and the mercy for? Everything good. Now, when he showed us grace and mercy, we was coming out of the land of Egypt, right? When he's showing us grace and mercy here, we still in slavery, right? So the false balance is an abomination to Yahweh. Now let's look at what the balance is, right? In the scriptures, let's see what a balance look like. Give me Nehemiah 1 and 5. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 5. So this is what the balance will look like, right? Not the Abram, want to act funny. All right, this is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. And said, "I beseech thee, O Yahweh, God of heaven, and great and terrible God, that keepeth his covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. So there go the balance. He's a terrible God, but he showed mercy and grace to those that's obeying and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. So this is Nehemiah 1 and 5. One more time, the balance, because a false balance is a abomination unto the Most High. You got the grace and mercy part, but you got to tell the other part too. He killed everybody except 8 people. That you got to tell that part too, because if you disobey him, he will kill you, right? So again, this Nehemiah 1 and 5, and said, I beseech thee, O Yahweh, God of heaven, the great and terrible God, that keepeth covenant with and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. So that's the true balance of the Most High Yahweh, right? He's a terrible God that shows great in mercy. He's the king of all the earth, and he's not someone, but he is to be feared, right? It ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it, nothing in between. You gotta pick a side. Either you're gonna affirm and do everything he say, or you gonna, if you can't, well, we fall short, but you can't just blatantly, and I think that's what we're gonna end the last verse of this breakdown on. You can't just disobey him and think everything gonna be hunky dory, everything gonna be okay. Nah, every it's a verse that says, shall somebody die in the city and it's not of him? I'm paraphrasing. Everybody that died, he killed. Everybody that's born, he made alive, right? He ain't the one to play with, right? Go find something safe to do. So fear the Lord, right? So that's the balance in Nehemiah 1 and 5. He's a terrible God, right? That keepeth his covenant and mercy to them that love and obey and do his commandments. Give me the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 42, 43, and 29. Hold on, 43. It ain't a 29th verse in 43. Yeah, 29. There we go. It's Ecclesiasticus 43 and 29. It says, the Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. All right, verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he for exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for you can never go for enough. So when you do exalt the Most High, it said put your all into it, because even if whatever you're doing, it still ain't good enough. It still ain't enough. Because what he can do for exceeds all that. You can't do too much, right? You can't do too much. So when you exalt the Most High, right, put all your mind, body, strength, and soul into it, right? Because he's worthy to be praised, and you better firm, right? The fear of the Lord, right? You better firm. Let's keep going. Verse 31. Who have seen him that he might tell us? Who can magnify him as he is, right? Who can fully explain him? Nobody. Verse 32. There are yet greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works, right? So even all the stuff that he showed to us and all the stuff we can look up that he done, that's only a part of it, right? Verse 33, for the Lord have made all things, and to the godly he have given wisdom, right? So the Most High, he's a terrible and great and marvelous power. So when you put him on high, you give all you can't, like I said, you can't do too much, right? Can't do too much. Put your all into it. It's because he's to be praised and he's to be feared, right? Give me the book of let's switch it up, right? Because we ain't supposed to have the spirit of fear, right? That would be the first verse that come into your mind when you say fear the Lord. Okay, we fear the Lord, but we ain't supposed to have it. Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody say something?
Yeah, I was talking to him.
You can go mute up. Mute up.
Oh. I didn't know I was talking to you.
You was talking to me?
No.
I said Khan.
Oh, you said Khan. I'm telling you to mute up like we on Clubhouse. All praises, right? So but now we finna switch it up though, right? Because we're not supposed to have the spirit of fear, but that's in context, right? We fear the Most High, but we ain't supposed to have the spirit of fear of the creation, not the creator, the creations, right? We ain't supposed to fear no man, but we do. We ain't supposed to fear our enemies, but we do. We ain't supposed to fear people's opinions, but we do, right? So it's fear in context. Give me Deuteronomy 18 and 22. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 18. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 22. And it reads, verse 22, and when a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing followeth not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath spoken, but the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. Um, so so even with us yielding to like Christian pastors or whatever, like with us being in this truth, now we rebuke them. We tell them that ain't the Most High will. The Most High didn't say that. But even a lot of us that's in this Christian church, when we go into that Christian church, we know what that pastor saying ain't true. We know what these people saying ain't true, but we ain't got the total fear of the Most High to correct them. So even with that, I believe, go over to Deuteronomy 20 and 1. 20 and 1. Yeah, okay, boom. So like now I'm going to give a couple of examples, right? So it's an examples of us not so because let me set the foundation. Even with us fearing the Lord, if we fear the Lord, that's in context because you not uh you not yielding to Yahweh's will is used to not basically fearing the Lord. If you're afraid of something that's not in the will of Yahweh, that's you not totally fearing the Lord, right? If you know it's against his will, you shouldn't fear it, right? This Deuteronomy 20 and 1. When thou goest into battle against thy enemies and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be when ye are coming to nigh into battle, and the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble. Neither you be terrified of them, because neither you be terrified because of them. For the Lord Yahweh is your God, and he is that for the Lord Yahweh is your God, is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you. And our precept, this is like Exodus 8, Exodus 14 and 14. I give people that verse all the time where it says, the Lord shall fight for you, you shall hold your peace. But when we go into these battles against our enemies, you ain't got to pull it. You ain't got to pull it. Go back to what we was at? We was at Deuteronomy 20. Deuteronomy 20, verse 4. But when we go into these battles with our enemies, psychological, spiritual battles, or physical battles, a lot of people say, like, I don't fear no man. I ain't scared. You scared. You lying. You are scared, right? And it's a natural human emotion. But when we got the Most High with us, we're not supposed to be scared, right? It says the fear. They said the Salaki. That says uh it says the righteous is bold. It said the wicked fleeth when no man pursueth, but the righteous is bold as a lion, right? So the righteous people are bold as a lion. They ain't got the spirit of fear. So when we go into these battles with our enemies or with people that's contrary to the will of God, we're not supposed to have fear. The Most High with us. We're not supposed to invoke the natural feeling of fear, right? That's not supposed to be there, right? Give me Ezekiel 2 and 6. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 6. Right? We ain't even supposed to fear our enemies, right? Even if there's a chance that you could lose your life, you're still not supposed to fear. We're finna get into that though. This is Ezekiel 2 and 6. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. though bearers and thorn, no, though though bearers and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among the scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. So even in the slavery, we got brothers and sisters that go on the highways and byways and speak the words of the Most High. We ain't supposed to be afraid to do that. We ain't supposed to be afraid of nothing they can do to us, right? Verse 7, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious, right? So whatever the circumstances are and whatever you think that can happen to you, you're still not supposed to fear because the Most High with you. It don't matter, right? Now, let's get into that, right? How deep this will go. Give me Matthew 10 and 28. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. All right. This red letter, Christ's words, Yahushua words, is Matthew 10 and 28. Fear not them which can kill the body, right? But are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, right? So you ain't supposed to fear the white man. He can, it's another verse that say, fear him not that which can kill the body, but fear him which can kill the body and soul and separate soul from spirit, right? And that's Yahweh, right? That's who you're supposed to fear. Don't fear a mere man because we don't die anyway, technically, right? We just get regenerated. So don't fear him that which can kill the body. Let me get this one more time. This is Matthew 10 and 28. Fear not, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, right? And it was the crossroads where in my breakdown where I was like, I need to go ahead and break down this tale. So what I'm gonna do, I was finna stop and break it down, but we got like 5 or 6 more scriptures in this breakdown. So I'm finna finish the breakdown of fearing the Lord, and then we finna go into the hell breakdown. So continue with the fear of the Lord. Give me Exodus 14 and 10. Right? So we ain't even supposed to fear nobody that can kill us. Right? And then just being honest, like I forget the verse, but if you die in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you guarantee the crown of life, right? Like, do me a favor, but I digress, right? This Exodus chapter 14, give me verse 10. This Exodus chapter 14, verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, give me verse 9 first. Verse 9. The water. This Exodus chapter 14, verse 9. But the Egyptians pursued after them, right? So y'all know this us leaving out of Egypt, right? But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, besides Philahathra before Bazaphon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord Yahweh. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, thou hast taken us away to die in the wilderness. Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Now this is our foremothers and forefathers. They just saying our God destroyed Egypt, killed the firstborn of everything, every fly, every cow, every bald head, Egyptian kid, all of them. And we just seen the power of our God. The first chance we got to act like he ain't do what he do and fear somebody else, which is not totally fearing the Most High, right? Because if you fearing them, you're not totally fearing the Most High, right? Their will is not his will, right? But make a long story short, the first chance we got, we took it, right? How far am I going down in this verse, in this chapter? Actually, just go give me, that's one example. Scroll up. What verse I stop at? 11. This is verse 12. This is not is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness. Right. Wow, I didn't even know Exodus 14. So I'm gonna read to Exodus 14 and 14. But um we would rather, after all these plagues the Most High just showed us in front of our enemies, right? This is like us in America. The Most High just show us in front of our eyes destroying Esau, and we still gonna doubt him, right? Right. So this the spirit that we in. We the rebellious people, right? But the first chance we got to serve our enemies in servitude, in slavery, we wanted to do that, then serve our God and fear him. Right? We wanted to fear them. Verse 13, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord Yahweh, which he will shew you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. And the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Right? And that's our people in a nutshell, right? We just love fearing the enemies, right? We just love putting fur, love. Listen, we supposed to be bold as a lion. Forget them. It's all about Yahweh and his will, right? Whatever he say, go. And you're supposed to be 110% behind it, right? Well, however it go, it's gonna go, right? Give me Numbers 13 and 26. The book of Numbers, chapter 13 and 26. Yeah. So this is the book of Numbers. This is another example, right? This is the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 26. And it reads, right? And they went and came to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back the word unto them and unto all the congregation to show them the fruit of the land, right? And they told him and said, we came to the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. So we finna go into the land of milk and honey, right? We're in the wilderness, finna go into the land, and we went to go camp out, right? We went to go scope it out. Check this out. They say we went to go see it, the land of milk and honey, and right, verse 28. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwelt in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, they saw the children of Anak was there. And the Amalekites dwelled in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the more Amorites dwelleth in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwelleth by the sea and by the coast of Jordan, right? So we going into the land, we got all these nations, the children of Anak and all these other ones, right? Verse 30. And Caleb called the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we will be able to overcome it. So Caleb, right? Caleb like, hey, we can go and knock them off real quick. We can do it like easy, right? That's what Caleb just said. Verse 31. So Caleb, he with the will of the Most High. The Most High said, go in there and do this. He like, yeah, we can go do this. Check out everybody else. Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we will not be able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land, though which we have gone to search it, is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that saw it are men of great stature. So they like, hey, all the niggas over there is like Shaq. They like Shaquille O'Neal. They bigger than us. We gonna lose. Verse 33. And there we saw the giants and the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and they were in our sights as grasshoppers, and we were in their sight. So we scared. We little, they big. They gonna whoop us. It's a bunch of Goliaths, and we David. Go over to the next chapter. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. So niggas scared, right? And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. So now they under their breath talking bad about the brothers, right? They got their brothers out here to lose. They doing that again. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in the wilderness? They was like, man, if God wanted us to die, we would have died in Egypt. If God wanted us to die, we would have died in the wilderness. We hear that, right? Verse 3, and therefore hath the Lord brought us into this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children shall be prey. Were it not better for us that to return into Egypt? So we don't wander around for 40 years and niggas scared, and they still talking about going back into Egypt. 40 years later, niggas still scared, talking about, man, soon as something happened, oh man, we should have just stayed in Egypt. Verse 4, and they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. So our people, we quick. Even though we act like we tough, this is why so much cooning going around in our community, right? Because niggas, we scared. We scared as a people. Give me Jeremiah 14. No. Give me no, I did that. Give me Jeremiah 23 and 14. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 14. Every chance we get, we take it to fear somebody other than the Most High. But when it comes time to fear the Most High, ain't nobody looking. I can do this, or find some kind of way, right? You ain't got to fear for him, but fear somebody else. You're gonna change your life over how somebody think about you, right? This Jeremiah 23 and verse, where is that? 14. I have seen also the prophets of Jeremiah, Salakia. I have seen also the prophets of Jerusalem, a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies, and they strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doeth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants therefore as Gomorrah. Right? Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them wormwood and will make them drink the water of guile. And from the prophet of Jerusalem is profane, is going forth into all the land, right? And it's more so dealing with, leadership, right? We got leaders in our community, and we know they wrong, but from the fear of whatever, we don't call them out, right? We don't tell the truth, right? It's a lot of respect of persons going on, but when we got all these false teachers, right? You gotta put the foot down. You gotta say what you gotta say. You gotta be said, right? You gotta say it, right? Give me John, New Testament. Give me John 11 and 48, John 11 and 47. So no matter if it ain't of the Most High will, you're not to fear it, right? You fear the Lord, Yahweh, right? You fear the Lord, not the creation, not something that's not of His will. You fear Him. He's coming back to destroy everything with fire, right? So that's what you fear. That's who you fear, right? You don't know where you're gonna fall on the pecking order, right? Fear that. Don't fear Esau and his devices, right? Because that's gonna come to naught, no matter how good he think it's gonna work out. All this stuff gonna come to naught. So fear the Lord. This is John 11 and 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, right? So if you scroll up, you ain't got to, but we just read this about the Gentile breakdown, but we got to use this verse for another point. But this is when chief priests and the Sadducees and Pharisees, they came and they was like, what we gonna do if we just let them alone? Everybody gonna believe on. So actually, here go it. It says, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. And if we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. These chief priests, Sadducees, and Pharisees, they were scared that the white man was gonna come and take their stuff away. If we don't kill this nigga and get him out the way, the white man gonna come and he gonna take everything from us. We ain't gonna have nothing. That's what they feared, right? So you see over and over a reoccurring thing that instead of fearing the Lord, we fearing our enemies, right? We fearing the adversary. We're not fearing Yahweh though, right? We don't, the fear of Yahweh is not to be found, right? But the fear of our enemies is ever more present, right? Give me Jeremiah 44:9. Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 9. It's Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 9. And it reads, bam. It says, Jeremiah 44:9, have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers and the wickedness of the kings of Judah and the wickedness of their wives and the wickedness and your own wickedness and the wickedness of your wives, which ye have committed in the land of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, right? And ye are not humbled, and ye are not humbled even unto this day, neither have they feared, nor walked in my law, nor in my statutes that I set before you and before your fathers. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, God of Israel, behold, I will set my face against you for evil and cut off all of Judah. So back up to verse 9, it says, have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers and the wickedness of your they wives and your wives and you and your, so because when we in slavery right now, right? That's a reminder of our forefathers' wickedness, and we're going off her, right? We ain't even remembering that our forefathers went off, and that's how we got her. We acting like this our starting point. No, wickedness got us here, and we still doing it, right? We ain't humbled, right? And that's why the Most High set his face against us, right? And then the last verse is, I gotta look it up because I had it in my mind, but I didn't write it down. I believe it's in Hebrews. Um, Hebrews 10:26. Give me Hebrews 10:26. And this is all based on the fear of the Lord, right? So you fear Yahweh, right? We fear God, not man, right? The Hebrews 10:26, right? Now, hold on. So when you don't fear, we going off, we sinning, we ain't remembering our forefathers' sins, we ain't remembering our foremothers' sins, and we just keep going along, right? And you keep sinning. That's not the fear of the Lord. This Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remains no more sacrifice of sin. So when you get this truth, you got to clean yourself up, because if not, you can't go into the temple and give a dove or a ram or a bullock. And then you ain't got your Howard shot. You can't put them up on the cross again, right? So one more time, this Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remains no more sacrifice of sin. So that's my breakdown of fear, the fear of the Lord. Now I'm finna get into that. Now let's go back to Matthew's chapter 10, verse 28. Matthew's 10:28. Right. All right. This it's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. It says, fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear them which are able to destroy both soul and body in hell. right? We need the blue letter. Going the blue letter. So now we finna get into the hell. This the hell breakdown, right? Because we were taught Greek mythology, and we finna get all the way into it real quick, right? We finna look up all the words for hell in the Bible. We need a blue letter and see what it's actually saying and see what the Bible actually teaches, right? Don't tell me your blue letter messing up. Close it out and come back in. I bet your blue letter only mess up on the Shabbat. Come on, blue letter. Let's go. Yeah, come on. There we go. There we go. Pull up Matthew 10 and 28. All praises. All right, so we finna look up the word hell, right? And this finna start our hell breakdown, right? Because hell is an English word. Let's put that out there now, right? So hell is an English word. None of these words in the Bible that say hell actually says hell. Let's put that out there now, right? Able to kill the body, but able to kill the soul, destroy the body and soul in hell. This is the Greek word Gehenna or Gehanan, right? Gehanan, right? It comes from, go to the root of the Hebrew etymology of the word. You see it right there, H1516 and H20, yeah, click the 1516. This word, scroll down, it just means valley, right? So it comes from valley, go back. A valley, a narrow passage, a steep valley. Go back and click the second Hebrew word, H2011. Right? Hanan. Right? Hanan. Scroll down. It's a valley, a deep, narrow, a steepy, rocky sides located southwest of Jerusalem, separating Mount Zion from the north hill of the evil counsel, a slopy, rocky plateau, a plain of Rephaim to the south. So go back. Gehanan is a location. It's like a city. Go to Google real quick. This is not nowhere underground. This is the city dump in Israel. When we took over the land of Israel, it was a dump called Gehanan where they used to burn stuff at, right? And we didn't do away with it when we took over the land because we got the land from the Canaanites and we ain't kill all of them, but we took over the land and it was already there and we kept it. That's Gehanan. This is not talking about but we finna get all the way into it. Right. So the Valley of Haram, Gehenna or Gehenna, is a historical valley surrounding ancient Jerusalem from the west and southwest that acquired various theological connotations, including a place of divine punishment for the Jewish eschatology. Right. I was going to look up the word eschatology. Eschatology is two Greek words. You can look it up real quick. Then come back to Gehenna. Jordan, what are you doing? You just got her. Jordan, you just got in here. Or she been in here? Come on, let's go back to no, you gotta let her in. You just got in here. You heard me.
No, my iPad went dead.
Your iPad went dead. Okay. All right. So scroll down, Punky. All right. So let's get into Gehenna, right? Let's find out what. Scroll down. I click that one you found. Click that. All right. Gehenna, named in the New Testament Greek form, Gehenna was originally a valley west and south of Jerusalem where children were burned as sacrifices to the Amorite gods of Molech. It was the trash dump, but they burned people there before we got there. You know, the Canaanites and stuff. But make a long story short, That's why people wear black to funerals, because the people that had to keep the fire going had ashes all over them. It looked like they had on black or whatever. It's a trash dump. It's not a place underground where people go to do forever. It was a trash dump, right? It's named Gehenna, and people likened it to hell, right? Let's go back to the Bible. Actually, scroll down. Let me see if I can find something else before I go back to the blue letter. Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. That was the first one we already read. Scrolling. No, 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 no. Use the place. I ain't got nothing. Come on. Yeah, just say the same thing. Gehenna became a place where corpses, criminals, whatever it said. Go back to the blue letter. All right. So this place called, this is the word, Greek word Gehenna. It's used, scroll down. Let's read it. Outline of biblical usage. Let's read the definition first. The Strong's definition, scroll down. Strong's definition, Gehenna, Hebrew origins, we just read it, a narrow place, a place in Jerusalem. The valley of the son of Haram, a valley in Jerusalem used figuratively as a name of the place or state of everlasting punishment. So it's figurative, or a state. It's not an actual place, right? It's figuratively used or for the place or state of everlasting punishment. Hell is a figure of speech, because now, figuratively speaking, you're in hell and you're dead when you ain't got the Most High. But we finna get into it. We finna get way into it. So it's used in the New Testament 9 times for hell and used for hellfire 3 times. This word Gehenna, right? Which is a trash dump in Israel, right? But and symbolically, it just means the grave or a state of being. But we finna go out. No, scroll down. But this is the Greek word. This is blue letter, so go. This don't work like the computer. Um, Go all the way up to the top. You remember when I was on a computer and I typed in hell for the whole Bible? See if you can get to that. Go like do blue letter got like a main screen? Yeah, type in hell. And let's go to the Old Testament real quick. Get some foundation. All right, here we go. Deuteronomy 32 and 22. It says, "For a fire is kindled in my anger and shall burn into the lowest hell." All right. "And shall consume the earth with her increase and set the fire the foundation of mountains." Click on that verse. And go, yeah, go to Deuteronomy 32 and 22. All right. Click on that verse and look up that word hell. So the first Greek word we looked up was Gehenna, and we found out that is not actually a place underground, but actually a trash dump that's actually in a locale on this earth, right? This is Sheol. This is the original word for Hebrew in the Old Testament, right? It's used, scroll down. Just trying to get all the words. Scroll down. I don't want outline of biblical uses first. I want the definition first. The definition for Sheol, Hades, or the world of the dead, as the subterranean retreat, including its accessory inmate, grave, pit, hell. Grave, hell, pit. That's what it's used for. It's used in the Bible 31 times for grave. It's used 31 times for hell, and it's used 3 times for pit. A pit, a grave. Scroll up. Now let's get the outline of biblical use of Sheol. It says underworld, grave, hell, pit. Old Testament designation for the abode of the dead, place of no return. So now check this out. Without praise of God. When the because if you scroll down to when it's first this word first used in the Bible. Just scroll down. That's all you got to do. Scroll down. Right? It's used in Genesis 37 for grave, right? It says, "For I will go into the grave until my son mourning," right? It's literally talking about a grave. Scroll down. Genesis 42 and 38. It's used for grave, it's grave pit, right? That's what the word means. Sheol. It just means a grave, but go back up because it doesn't only mean that. Scroll back up, all the way up. It says without praise of God, because you're dead or you're in the grave, so to speak, figuratively, if you don't have God. Look at the it says righteousness not abandoned unto wickedness. It says without praise of God, of extreme degradation of sin. So if you ain't got the Most High, you're dead. You're like, it's as if you're in a grave. But that's how this word is used. It doesn't mean an underworld that you burn forever. It doesn't mean that, right? So it's used for grave and it's used for with the word is Sheol. That's the Hebrew word, Sheol, right? Now let's get the second Greek word in the New Testament. Give me what was that? Give me I got it written down. Let me get my notes. I think it was Luke 2 and 20. Luke is it? No, Luke 16 and 32. It's Luke 16 and 20. Salakia. Luke 16 and 23. And it's all going to make sense in a second, but I need to get these Hebrew words out the way. Luke chapter 16, verse 23. So this is Luke 16 and 23, and it reads, actually, no, I got to read it. Go back out. I got to read it. Punky. There you go. Scroll up. No, up. Scroll up. Scroll up. No. I was at 23, but you got to go up, Punky. Up. Thank you. Really? I think you're just being defiant. Come on, man. I just wanted you to go up a couple verses. I was at 23. I probably need there you go. Right there. Just stop right there. 19. The water. This is Luke 16 and 19. And there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day, right? So you got a rich man, right? He's clothed in purple and fine linen. He got everything he needs. Verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. More of the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. And the rich man also died and was buried. And hell lifted up his eyes and being in torment. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off and Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. Now, hold on, put on your thinking caps, because this is a parable. It's not literal, and this is really Lazarus is Israel, and the rich man is Esau. But that's what the parable is about. It's about Jacob and Esau. But put on your thinking caps. The Lazarus, the beggar, he went to Abraham's bosom, right? And the other dude went into hell, right? Check this out. This makes no sense with the little hell being underground fire. This makes no sense, right? It says, I'm gonna look up the word hell in a second, but check this out. It says, and then in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeing Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. How he in hell and he see Abraham and Lazarus in, so Abraham's bosom, which is a good place, is where hell at too. They in the same place. That makes no sense. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. So Abraham's bosom in a paradise, so to speak, is the same place where hell is at. Makes no sense. Let's look up this word hell in 23. So this the second Greek word for hell in the New Testament, right? Hell. This is Hades. Now it's finna get wild in this mug. Hades, right? Scroll down. You know me, I want to get the let's start from here. No, let me get the Strong's definition. Hades. As a negative G1 of G1492, properly unseen, because G1 means like one, and G1492 means like I, or something like that. Hades, or the place state of departing souls, grave, hell. Scroll up. It's used 10 times for hell, 1 time for grave. Hades, or Pluto, the god of the lower regions, Oculus, the netherworld, the realm of the dead. I don't even want to do the scroll down to that little blue box. I'm gonna do the third definition, because the third definition is what? Nope. Scroll up. The little blue box right there. It said right there. It says no. I do. Okay. It says in biblical Greek, it is associated with the Curus, the infernal regions, the dark and dismal place in the very depths of the earth, the common receptacle of disembodied spirits. Usually Hades is just the abode of the wicked, a very uncomfortable place. Punky, please go to Google and look up the word Hades. This is a Greek god. This Greek mythology. And this goes to a lot of our Israelite brother believing that the original gospel was written in Hebrew, right? Because Christ wasn't saying you're going to a Greek god. Go to Hades and put the Okur behind it. I forget how you spell it. OC. No, just go to the back to the other screen. Or US. Put US. Oculus. Click enter. Oculus was a god of the underworld, punisher of broken earths. Roman mythologies as Hades, the name of the god. Go to images. This is Greek mythology. Scroll down. This Greek mythology is a fake Greek god. A fake Greek god. This is where your idea of hell comes from. You believing in Greek. This ain't the Bible. This is Greek mythology. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Because ain't this the idea of the devil? The little dude with the horns and this underground or whatever, right? This the whole idea of your hell. And this is Greek mythology based on one word, Hades. Click on this. Click on that dude right there. Not him. That. Click on that on the right-hand side. That scroll down to the other pictures. This is where the idea of hell comes from, Greek mythology, not the Bible. But we finna get to what the Bible teaches now, right? So go back to the Bible. You can stay in the blue letter. Give me the Bible. So this is, it says now go back up. Let me read the all three of them again. And then I'm finna start making my points. Okay, it says the name of Hades, Pluto, the god of the lower regions, Acurus, another world, the realm of God. Basically, a Greek mythology god. And the third one, later use of this word. Later, because this is originally a Greek word. Our first language is not Greek, whatever. We got it through slavery. So they use this word as a Greek god. We later came and started using the word as the grave, death, hell. That's what we used it for. They used it as a Greek god, right? A Greek mythology god. We used it, Shalakia. We used it like we use Sheol. You remember we looked up Sheol and it just meant the grave, right? That's how we use this word. But before that, or during that, and after that, this was a Greek god. This is where your idea of hell come from, right? Now let's get what the Bible teaches. Let me pull up my notes because I kind of freestyled that, but I need to get them definitions out the way. Give me actually no, I want one more verse in the blue letter. Give me what was that? No. Dang. Go back. No. Go back to that word. That word in that verse. Luke 16 and 23. No. It's Acts 2 and 27. Just go to Acts 2 and 27. The water. Baba Kushai. The water. Please and thank you. Acts 2 and 27. It says, no. Let me read it first. Give me 26 and 27, right? So this Acts chapter 2, verse 26. Scroll up one verse. That's the Android. That's the Android. Did she get kicked out? Funky, you good? Well, that's my screen that's messed up. What they say, what's the smart way of saying we having technical difficulties. Bear with us. All right. There you go. I need Acts 2 and 26. Blue letter ain't acting right. All right, Acts 2. Yeah, I got it. This Acts chapter 2, verse 26. Therefore did my heart rejoice and my tongue was glad. Moreover, my flesh shall rest in hope, because thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Now, if a regular person read this, they gonna think this time about leaving your soul in hell. Click wait. They will think that this saying, you will not leave my soul in hell to burn, but this is actually a quote from the Old Testament, talking to King David quoted this on my Yahweh shot. Ain't gonna just go back to the regular Bible. I think I can get through the rest of this without that's why I got the definitions out the way. So just go back to the regular joint and give me Acts 2 and 26. All right. It says, but thou would not leave my soul in hell, neither will I suffer the Holy One to see corruption. It's actually a prophecy about how Yahweh one body one gonna decompose and stuff, right? But it's this. If you look up this word, that's kind of why I think that's the last time I need go back to the blue letter and see what it do, because I need to make my point one time with this word hell, and I can probably do the rest of the breakdown without the blue letter. All right, look up the word hell in verse 27. It says, "Thou will not leave my soul in hell." Then I'm finna get the quote of what this is being quoted from. It says, "Thou will not leave my soul in hell." That's the word Hades, right? So if you just go according, and this is why we say context supersedes etymology, right? Because if you read this for face value, you think it's talking about burning in hell, and if you look up this word and you see the Okurus Hades, that's burning in hell, right? Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 16, verse 10. You can go back to the regular Bible. I just wanted to prove that this word was hell, or not hell, the Gehenna, the hell Hades, right? I wanted to prove that that word was Hades, right? And you would get the connotation that it's underground, all that other stuff burning, right? This is Psalm 16. I need verse 10. This Psalm 16 and 10. It says, for thou will not leave my soul in hell, neither will thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption, right? So, but if you look up this word, it's just Sheol, and this just means grave. So which one is it? Is it just a grave that the original author was saying? Because the original author said grave, right? Or is it Hades with the dude with the horns on that run it, right? Where people go, no, it's the grave. The Most High will not let Yahweh Shah sit in that grave, right? And he will not let his body see corruption. That's what the verse means. It doesn't mean he going to hell and he ain't gonna let me sit in hell because I was good. It don't mean that, right? It means the most Yahweh Shah's body was not gonna start decomposing. It wasn't gonna see corruption, right? One more time. For Salakia, for thou will not leave my soul in hell, neither will thou see if you can look up this verse in well, no, this is only one Hebrew word in the Old Testament is Sheol, so that's the word grave, right? Now, that was my last time I needed to look up a word, I think. Now let me get into my breakdown, right? Because of course, if you just going by face value, hell is where Abraham's bosom is at, and they can see each other, right? So people over here burning and need drops of water, and they can see people that's in paradise like that. But and I'm guessing they both underground but all of these hell words means grave, means a pit. So it's in the ground, but it's a but we teach a spiritual meaning because it's the grave, but then without the Most High, you're dead, like the valley of dry bones. You're a dead person, right? It's the same as you being in the grave, right? You being without God. It's a concept behind it. It's not an actual place. Get me the book of Deuteronomy 4 and 20. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 20. All right, the Deuteronomy 4 and 20. It says, but the Lord Yahweh have taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, and ye are to this day. Well, the iron furnace that we was in was Egypt, but we wasn't on fire. But Egypt is described as a place that we were burning. Now it was hot there, but we wasn't burning. We've been in that region all the time. The whole life, Yahushua fled into Egypt. But it wasn't about it being hot. It was about the affliction, right? Because that's what we believe hell is and heaven is. What was that? Hold on. Check it out. Salakia. No. Salakia. Just give me Jonah 2:1. I'm gonna just keep going. I need to find this verse. Where's the hell? So I'm typing hell. All right. No. Man. Salaki, I'm trying to find a verse. Give me a quick second. What the hell? All right. Give me 2 Samuel's 2. No, 2 Samuel's 22:6. Now, if hell is an underground place where you burn, this verse makes no sense. Samuel's 22:6. 22:6. Funky. 22:6. This is 2 Samuel 22:6. It says, the sorrows of hell compassed about me about, and the snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God, and He did hear the voice out of His temple, and did cry, and my cry did enter His ears. It says, the sorrows of hell compass about me. Right? This man is living, right? And the snares of death prevent me, right? So he's saying these things are around. I can see death around the corner. Like hell is all around me. Because that's what compass means, like all around. Hell is all around me. Now give me Jonah 2:1. Hell is all around me, right? And then the real crux of the argument is what's this place that's gonna be fire. So, and that's the end of the argument. It's Jonah 2:1. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly and said, I cry by reason in my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. And out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou didst hear my voice. But you keep hearing hell always associated with two things, either the grave or affliction. It's associated with either or grave or affliction, right? Give me I haven't called the verse yet. Hold on. Go to the top and do a search for me. Do a search the whole Bible. Put in Lake of Fire. Lake of Fire. There we go. So the Lake of Fire. This is the actual place where the burning gonna happen, right? And let's see how many Lake of Fire is only used 4 times in the Bible. And it's all used in Revelation, right? And the lake of fire is synonymous with one thing: Babylon being burned. That's what the lake of fire is. Babylon being burned, right? So that's all the lake of fire is, right? Now let's go to Revelation. Just click on Revelations 24. Click on that. Click on that lake of fire. Revelations 20. It's about Babylon being destroyed, right? And this is part of the reason. Just click on it, yeah. And it's part of the reason why hell ain't that place, right? Because the lake of fire gonna be here. Scroll down. I think it's the last three verses in this chapter, right? It says, verse 13, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it. Verse 12, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in a book according to their works. Verse 13, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it. And the death and hell delivered the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to thy works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. And this is the second death. So if hell is the place where you get burned, then how is it getting cast into the lake of fire? Makes no sense. How they gonna die in Babylon? Because Babylon is the lake of fire, right? So boom. That makes no sense. Hell is not. Hell is a condition, right? Just like heaven is a condition, right? You ain't got to go up to heaven to be in heaven, right? You get cast down. Lamentations, give me Lamentations 2:1. The Lord have this Lamentations 2:1. How have the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with the cloud of anger and cast down from heaven to the earth the beauty of Israel? Israel was never in heaven with God, right? Just with him reigning, walking around. That wasn't us. Us being in heaven was when we was in the land, right? King David, that was our heaven, right? So heaven and hell is a condition, just like when Jonah was praying out the belly of the whale, that was his hell, right? Hell is compassed me. Hell is all around me, but I'm living, right? It's a condition. Do another search at the top. Do fire and brimstone, right? Fire and brimstone. I don't know if I should have put and. Delete the and. I just want fire, um, fire brimstone. All right. Click. Take a space away. See if that means something. No. Just put one space here. See if that means something. I did this search in a blue letter. Go to the blue letter and do a fire brimstone. I don't just want brimstone. But those okay. So I can try to work with this, right? Because I guess I can work with this. Go to the blue letter. Go to the blue letter. Because I really want fire and brimstone because I got a point to make. Punky, go to the blue letter. Hopefully it works. Just type in top fire brimstone. No and. All right, we got 11 verses. It says, when the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah fire and brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Ain't that how Babylon gonna be destroyed? Fire and brimstone falling from heaven. They say the fiery arrows, which is like a missile. Keep going. Actually, scroll to the last time fire and brimstone is used in the Bible. Revelations, fire and brimstone. That's the fire. That's the fire. Babylon being destroyed. Hell is the grave or condition. The fire part is the lake of fire, right? So but it says, and the devil that deceived them shall be cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. Scroll up, let me get the next one. I know they ain't the only one too in Revelations. Revelations 19. It says, and the beast was taken with them, and the false prophet that wrote miracles before him. Those the false prophets of those Christian pastors. They which deceived them, which had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. Both these were cast alive into the lake of fire with brimstone, right? So they got burnt alive, right? Verse 4, Revelations 14:10, and the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstones in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. So the angels and Yahweh Shai gonna be looking at niggas not niggas, just people getting burned up and fire and brimstone. Now go just click on Revelations 19 and 20. Click on that verse. Because all Revelation is talking about, and click on the whole chapter. I want you to go to Revelations 18 and 1. Because all this is talking about is Babylon being destroyed, which we're currently in Babylon. Just go over to the 18th verse. I mean, the 18th chapter. Let's go over one chapter. Bam. And it says, after these, I saw the other angel come down from heaven, having great power and light, and was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is become the habitations of devils. And behold, every foul spirit and every caged, unclean, hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine. Actually, just scroll down. I just want to find a verse. But this time about Babylon, it says, nope, scroll down. I'm gonna read 6 to 8. Let me read 6 to 8. It says, reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. It's talking about Babylon. And in her cup, and the cup which she have filled to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow. Therefore her plague shall come in one day, death, mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. So the place that's gonna be burned with fire is Babylon. It's not a person. See the lament of Babylon. This is talking about Babylon is gonna burn. The whole earth ain't gonna be burning. Under the earth ain't gonna be burning for people to go. No. If you don't listen to the Most High when you get judged, your soul gonna cease to exist. It ain't gonna burn forever. You ain't gonna exist, right? The place that's gonna burn is Babylon, which is called the Lake of Fire, right? And that's another cut. So everybody's saying the Lake of Fire is gonna be the whole earth. No, the Lake of Fire is Babylon, right? And that's my breakdown. With that, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, and I do so in the name of Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala.
Kwame Yashala.
I'm waiting for you to stop the thing. I'm from the Riverman, Jordan.